Hey, Mai Tai, what do you think about DiGiorno's tonight?
No DiGiorno's tonight. Doesn't have enough protein, and besides, doesn't go well with White Claws.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I honestly have no idea how to start this video off because, no joke, I was calculating the macros for this recipe on my phone and literally got a notification saying that RJ himself subscribed to the channel. So for one, I'm just like in complete shock, and two, just super stoked to see that he's on the channel and watching this content. So RJ, if you're here, what's going on? I'm stoked to have you here. But otherwise, it's super motivating to see the support from a lot of these larger YouTubers, and it just means a lot. So with that being said, the last couple of weeks, we've touched on a lot of different pumpkin recipes, and I'm sure your guys' sweet tooth is definitely more than satisfied. But we're gonna put things on a pause for today and hit up something that's a little more savory. The buffalo chicken pizza, you guys guessed it. So, you guys ready? Let's go. So first up, in terms of ingredients, we're gonna use one thin crust pizza. Now this one thin crust pizza is gonna be equivalent to roughly about 360 total calories. Now I ran around through Kroger, Walmart, and also a couple other different local grocery stores. Was not able to find anything similar to what RJ had, but this was the closest that I could find at Sprouts. So if you're in the local area, Sprouts is definitely the place to look. And then next up, we're gonna go ahead and use 230 grams of a buffalo sauce. And then next up, the recipe asks for 30 grams of a fat-free blue cheese dressing. Now, I was not able to find a fat-free blue cheese dressing, so we're gonna go ahead and use 30 grams of a light blue cheese dressing. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and use half a packet of this ranch dip. Now, just also keep in mind that the original recipe by RJ asked for 30 grams of a fat-free ranch dressing. And I was not able to find a fat-free ranch dressing, so we're gonna go ahead and replace it with this dip. Next up, we've got 168 grams of the good old fat-free mozzarella. RJ, you definitely need to get this tatted on your lower back. And then next up, we've got roughly 30 grams of chopped green onions. Next, we've got 336 grams of a chicken breast. Now guys, I marinated this overnight in buffalo sauce just to kind of give that flavor profile an extra kick, but as in RJ's video, it's definitely not necessary. All right, so for the first step, what we're really gonna do is we're gonna take 230 grams of our buffalo sauce, get it into a bowl, and then mix it along with our blue cheese dressing along with our ranch. So let's go ahead and get into mixing. So this is the mixture that we're working with right now. I'm just literally mixing this all together just to make sure we can really get that soundproof, full flavor of that buffalo seasoning. This is smelling ridiculously good right now. The dill just coming straight through. Look, I know you don't want to come out, but come on, work with me. You're gonna be delicious. Once you get the crust out of the bag, we're gonna go ahead and toss this onto your cooking tray, obviously making sure to hit it with some non-stick spray. You wanna make sure you're able to eat this. All right, so let's go ahead and place that like so. First things first, we're gonna go ahead and drizzle our sauce on top of the pizza crust. Oh, this is making me super hungry. It's kind of like we're at art school, just making a masterpiece here, guys. Let it flow. All right, now the best part, let's get into the cheese. Who gonna make this rain? Christine's not a fan of the green onions, so I forgot. Gotta make half green onion, half no green onion. Here's what the pizza's looking like right now. We've got half with green onion, which is definitely optional, and then half just cheese and then the buffalo sauce. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this off with some of the chicken. And then we're gonna throw it in the oven for about 17 to maybe 20 minutes, depending on your oven, at 350.
A few moments later.
Oh my goodness, guys. Am I excited to talk about this one? Let me first start off and say that this place smells like a pizzeria. Just right off the bat, absolutely, the smell of buffalo sauce just is entrenched in this house. But without further ado, you guys know the rules. 3 categories: anabolics, taste, and craving. Let's get to it. Let me get into the anabolics of this recipe and take a look at the total calories and the macro breakdown. Just keep in mind that the ingredients were a little different than what RJ had used in his own recipe. So if you guys have other ingredients or types of flatbreads or thin crust pizzas that you guys might find to be lower calorie than what I've got or what RJ may have, just keep in mind that those numbers are going to be slightly different. But for this specific recipe and how this pizza turned out, in total calorie and macro breakdown, we're looking at 1,182 total calories, fat sitting at 22.5 grams, protein sitting at 167.5 grams, and carbs sitting at 78 grams. Now, taking a look at what RJ had, my numbers are just slightly different. I think I'm off about 100 calories or so, give or take a few. But in general, I mean, this is looking pretty awesome. And immediately, as soon as I hear these numbers, the first things that really come to mind are how much protein is in this one pizza, along with how low the fat and the carbohydrate numbers are. Because honestly, the numbers compared to your general or just average buffalo chicken pizza that, I don't know, maybe you're picking up over at Domino's, there's a pretty stark contrast. So let's take a quick look at what you'd find if you were to pick up a buffalo chicken pizza at Domino's. In general, for a buffalo chicken pizza that's roughly about 10-inch in size, I'm assuming that's roughly maybe a personal size pan pizza, you're gonna get a total calorie and a macro breakdown of 1,476 total calories with 81 grams of fat, 78 grams of protein, and 108 grams of carbs. So now comparing this to the Domino's 10-inch size pizza, this is definitely 1 inch over, so we definitely have a little bit more volume. But with that in mind, we're also saving almost 300 calories, give or take a few, right? And not to mention, a significant portion of protein is in this one pizza. So with that being said, I think we're gonna go ahead and rate this as a solid 9.5. At the end of the day, I think a lot of folks are probably gonna meet their protein requirements with just this one meal. And for me, that's all upside. And now, on to taste. Oh my goodness. Oh, solid crunch. Look at that flop. The Prez would definitely be impressed. The moment you guys all have been waiting for. So we've got the Instagram post here. We're gonna go ahead and pick 3 winners. I'm gonna double check that these winners have actually fulfilled the requirements after I make the selections. But let's go ahead and take a look at the comments and see who's gonna be number 1. Now, just as full transparency, Christine is actually behind the camera, so that way I'm not taking a look at, you know, who I'm actually swiping with, just to make sure that this is fully random. But first, let's go ahead and actually get to the comments. Okay, so the comments right here, and let's go ahead and see who is winner number 1. And also, just FYI, if we land on my name or RJ, we're definitely obviously not gonna include them. But RJ, thank you for the support. All right, so the first winner is Adams Bedich. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. So you're winner number 1. Congrats. All right. Winner number 2, JNI 2000. Let's see. That is John Nee. Looks like you go to the University of Miami. Congrats, number 2. All right, now let's take a look at winner number 3. C. Scott 2, Christopher Scott. All right, that is our winner number 3. Guys, congrats to the 3 winners. I'm gonna go ahead and follow up with you guys probably through Instagram I'll shoot you guys a DM with further details, but otherwise, congratulations. All right, guys, so let's take a quick close-up of the pizza slice. Definitely super thin crust, razor thin actually. Let's see the underside of it. That undercarriage cooking pretty good. Got a couple of different grill marks on there from the oven. Chicken is thinly sliced. Got some green onions, cheese. I think we're ready to go in for a test drive. Cheers, boys. Oh, holy smokes. We're giving this recipe a star. That's just no question. Whew, that's definitely got a kick. I could do this all day, all day. Give me some buffalo chicken pizza. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Flavor is just absolutely on point. I mean, the absolute full flavor of the blue cheese, the ranch, the buffalo sauce just coming together full force. And then not to mention, the green onions just really add a subtle hint of additional flavor and really just rounds out this buffalo chicken pizza. I mean, as I'm talking to you guys, I'm literally salivating right now because this is just hitting on all cylinders. Let me first start off by saying, in terms of flavor, I think really you can't go wrong with the mixture of blue cheese, ranch, and buffalo. I mean, anybody who goes out to Sunday game days, you guys know what you're in for, right? I feel like we just need to pair this up with a solid beer or a whiskey. So I gotta say, it's really hard for me to find any cons to this specific recipe. But if I had to nitpick and kind of play devil's advocate, right? If you're a fan of buffalo sauce, this recipe is definitely gonna be the one for you because there's a tremendous amount of buffalo flavor, especially from the sauce that's on the pizza. And also just keeping in mind that with the thin crust, you're gonna have a lot more flavor that's just gonna overpower a lot of other ingredients that we've got on here. So something to keep in mind. But outside of that, solid 9.5 on this. And that's it. I mean, the flop, you saw the flop. That was a pretty solid flop. I'm wondering what the Prez would think. I'm gonna definitely have to say that this is one of my go-tos, especially for buffalo chicken. That buffalo chicken dip that RJ has done as well, that has been a huge staple to my Sundays. You know, we've got hockey, football, all those games. It's a no-brainer, right? So guys, it's been about 2 to 3 days since I recorded this video, and we're gonna have dinner right now and actually finish off the last bit of the buffalo chicken pizza. I just wanna let you guys know that this absolutely still tastes great even after a few days. You know, something to kind of keep in mind is that obviously the crust is not gonna be as crispy as you once had it. You probably could throw it back in the oven and just rebake it to get you that crisp back. But outside of that, haven't really had any issues and it's still extremely delicious. Now the next thing that comes to mind is I am pretty confident that I'm gonna get a few folks asking about FDL's buffalo chicken pizza versus this buffalo chicken pizza. And I gotta say, there are two different use cases here. I think for some folks who are really into the nitty-gritty of really trying to put together a recipe, such as really putting together the flour, the liquid ingredients and the dry ingredients and making the dough, just really getting immersed into the recipe, the FDL recipe is definitely gonna be one for you. But for those folks who may be in a pinch or just really don't want to do a lot of the dirty work, this is the recipe for you. I mean, this is super quick, really doesn't take a whole lot of time, and at the end of the day, just tastes absolutely amazing. Now the last question is this gonna satisfy your craving? Boy, will it satisfy your craving. This buffalo chicken pizza will definitely satisfy your craving, especially when you're trying to cut calories, cram a whole lot of protein into it, and just make something that's super simple and efficient. There's no way around it. I mean, this is a solid 10 on all counts. Highly recommend you guys to try this out. I mean, this definitely hits all points in terms of flavor and just absolute craving. And at the end of the day, I think honestly, even if you're not craving a buffalo chicken pizza, maybe just a regular pizza, definitely check this recipe out. I guarantee you will be satisfied. Well guys, we just wrapped up the 3 categories: anabolics, taste, and craving, for a total score of 9.6. Guys, this anabolic buffalo chicken pizza definitely will satisfy every craving and flavor that you are dying for. I mean, hey, with football season here, game days are definitely gonna be a treat. Pair it up with a buffalo chicken dip, mozzarella sticks, you're gonna be good to go. But otherwise guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I appreciate you guys tuning in to another anabolic recipe review. Today we tackled RJ's buffalo chicken pizza, and I think this is definitely one you're gonna wanna try out. And if you're new to the channel, consider smashing that subscribe button because it's always a good time in this kitchen. And if you got some strong buffalo gains from this video, smash that thumbs up. It lets me know that you enjoyed the video and also helps the channel to grow. But otherwise guys, I hope you guys stay safe, stay swole, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.